looking at the vehicles. So, Gopal into Banky. Banky tries to play this one. I don't know what shot he ended up in there. Was neither forward nor back. And dot ball. So Gopal runs into Banky. Banky pulls this one backward square, and he is out there. Gopal gets his man after getting pummeled for 6. He got caught backward square. Good catch there by James Suknarain. So Banky departs. So Banky had a brief stay at the crease, just 4 deliveries, and he departs for 8. So Farid Mohammed makes his way to the middle. So Gopal picking up his first here. So Farid Mohammed in for Caparo Warriors. So Gopal into Farid. Farid plays this one nicely. Picks up a single there. So comes off the mark immediately. So after 13 overs, the score is 102 for the last off. 6. So Caparo Warriors sinking into some deep waters here. They need to keep their head above water and get to a competitive total. So James Suknarain continuing from the orange field, and here he's going to be bowling to Farid Mohammed. So right away Farid is facing his second delivery of his innings. Sweeps and sweeps well. Blake have some work to do. Blake is getting down. Good slide. So good fielding there by Blake. The big guy getting down there and pulling in that one. So Farid with a dead touch sweep shot there. Picks up 2. So if Farid and Dukri continues to do this, Blake hands is on his waist. So imagine he's doing that 2 times, 3 times. I doubt Blake will be able to get to that ball the second or third time, because after that run he's looking winded. So good strategy here for Caparo. If they want to utilize that, they could actually burn out these Supersonics players by just getting those odd ones and twos, have them busy in the field. But once boundaries are sailing or dot balls are accumulating, these guys are getting no work in the field. Of course, Caparo will welcome any boundary they get here. And Farid open up his account into the cane patch with a 6. Maximum over long on. So very good shot there by Farid Mohammed. So this game is taking place live here at Caparo Recreation Ground. So venue is looking really nice. Nice sunlight. James Suknarain into Mohammed. Mohammed plays this one. Short cover, no run. So shout out to Jaden Rampasad from Valley Boys, as he's taken in the live here, taking in this semi-final, number 1. James into Farid, trying to late cut that one, misses out. Is Farid. Farid just plays this back to Suknarain, and dot ball to end the over. 110. So 110 for 6 after 14 overs. So 6 overs to go. Caparo Warriors definitely will want to get some boundaries here. They will want to maximize and get everything that they could get into this game.
Yeah.
So shout out to Joshua Rampasad from Countryside, as your team featured right here last night. They were unfortunately falling short to Balmain United. So Balmain United advanced to that semi-final spot number 2 against Seatal Felicity Youngsters. So Gopal, as he goes in here to Farid, Farid cuts straight to backward point there, picks up a single. So Gopal into Dukri. Dukri drives. Chow on the attack. Picks up. Throws. So good backing up there. Choi. I say Chow. Choi.
Dominic Chow.
Yeah. Dominic Chow. That's all I say.
Chinese.
So Dominic Choi I've been saying Chow, but it's Choi. Good hit here. This one in between those two fielders and runs away for 4 runs. So good shot there. Fareed Mohammed on the charge here for the Caparo Warriors. So very windy conditions here at the Caparo Recreation Ground. Gopal with the ball in his hand, bowling from the bamboo end. He's bowling to Fareed Mohammed. Caparo Warriors looking to get something here. They are 113 for the loss of 6. And this one, sliding off the pad. Mohammed trying to get a signal. Dukri holds his ground. Strong appeal going up there. Mohammed looking like he's standing outside the line of leg stump. That one just clipping the pad, going back to the off stump. So not out, says the umpire. So dot ball, as they didn't take a single there. Sukdeo running across very quickly to retrieve the ball. So that was very good fielding there on the part of Supersonics. So Gopal into Fareed Mohammed. Fareed drives, and that one beats the short fielder. Blake runs around. Blake picks up, throws in, picks up easy 2 there is Fareed. So good running there from Caparo Warriors, and that brings that over to an end. Score is 119 for the loss of 6 after 15 overs. So 5 overs to go here for Caparo Warriors, and they has Christian Dukri and Fareed Mohammed in the wicket, and they definitely will want to continue pressing on here, at least try to get to that 150 mark to give their bowlers something to bowl to. Otherwise this game could end very quickly here with the batting lineup of the Supersonics, with the lights of Aaron Das and Dominic Choi. As we see, they are very capable. You have Sukdeo also showed his worth with a bat. So 5 overs left. James Suknarain is on the ball for Supersonics. And that is his final over for his spell, as he's going to operate from the orange field end here. So Suknarain to Dukri. Dukri tries to advance there. And this is a good shot there by Dukri. Flat batted through cover, passes that long off fielder and picks up 4 runs. So which is this stream now? Because I'm not Dukri drives well, picks up one.
Yeah, Johnny. Johnny.
This one worked away there by Farid Mohammed. Picks up a single backward square. So I want to welcome all the viewers on the live as we are bringing this coverage to you from Caparo Recreation Ground. Live stream is brought to you by Cricket Corp Pro. And a very good delivery there by James. Well played by Dukri. Keeping this one out and scamper through for a single.
Last ball, James. Last ball.
So James into Mohammed. Mohammed advance and easy stump there. So James gets the wicket of Farid Mohammed on his very last delivery of his spell. Draws him out the crease there. And here we have Central Zone Secretary making his way to the middle. Christopher Leonard makes his way to the middle for the Caparo Warriors. So look at this again on the replay. It goes down the track. When you saw that replay, he just draws out of the crease. Alright, so you want to welcome all the Caparo supporters on the chat. I've seen Countryside in the house. So those of you who are locked on in your various communities, you can send a message on the chat so we could shout you out. So which teams are here? Log on. Taking in this semi-final. So this one played to the onside there by Dukri, picks up a single and brings Christopher Leonard on strike.
The score is 127. This is the 17 over.
What could Christopher Leonard do here to help his team? Score is 127 for the loss of 7. We are into the 17th over here. After this, just 3 more overs to go. Christopher Leonard had a wonderful knock against Felicity, scoring 80 for his Petersfield. And goes with a big swivel there. And Kanhai goes wide. So Kanhai coming back from the bamboo end here, his preferred option. So he goes through and round. So Kanhai, this one cut away.
Well, Leonard, lovely.
Leonard looking for two here easily.
And gets it.
So Christopher Leonard is off the mark here.
130.
So Kanhai better watch his length here. Leonard looks like he's not out to play. And well played there by Leonard. Keeping this one out. That was an excellent delivery there by Kanhai. But good eyes there from Leonard to keep this one out. Gets a single there. So Kanhai into Dukri. Dukri drives up in the air. Fielder converging underneath. Takes an easy catch as Dominic Choi takes a comfortable catch coming off the long of boundary there. And Dukri, he has to leave now.
28, 32 up, 35.
So Peter Alfonso makes his way to the middle. Dukri departed there for 35.
131.
Score is 131 with a loss of 8. So 8 wickets down. Still 3 overs to go after this one. So Caparo Warriors will definitely want to bat out the remaining overs and try to capitalize as much as they could here. So Kanhai making some adjustments on the field here. So yes, viewers, we are looking at semi-final number 1 between Caparo Warriors and Supersonics. Kanhai into Alfonso and works this one just by the third man there, picks up a single. So Alfonso gets off the strike and he also gets off the mark. So 1 to him and the score moves to 132 with a loss of 8. Kanhai into Christopher Leonard, Secretary of Central Zone. And fancy leave alone there. Leonard almost reminds me of Courtney Walsh. Those who were in that era would have known those skillful leave alones. So I hope Christopher Leonard don't vex with me, but that leave alone almost look identical. So Walsh just fanning and leaving those balls outside the off stump. But so far he's doing well. He's still in there. And Alfonso and him now will have to try to capitalize these last 3 overs. And Dominic Choi is on the ball as he's going to be bowling from the orange field end here. So it looks like oranges are out of season in that field. Not seeing many oranges from here. Probably I'm too far away. So Dominic Choi into Alfonso. Flicks away. Has a fielder feeling backward there. That's go Paul.
One for Alfonso.
So Alfonso picks up one. So Christopher Leonard wants a piece of Choi as he opted to stay for a single. And as he take his guard there, so could Leonard make this over into a good one for the Caparo Warriors? So Christopher Leonard and heaves this one through mid wicket. Good throw. And this throw was a bit wide. Dominic Choi trying to stretch to get that one. So Christopher Leonard picks up another single there in short mid wicket. Almost getting run out there. Risky run. So Choi into Alfonso. Slower delivery there from Choi. Couldn't stop it. So Alfonso picks up a single here again. So very good over here from Choi. So far, no boundaries conceded. So Choi comes in to Christopher Leonard. Leonard goes down to long off. That ball almost cutting away from Aaron Das there, but he did well to hold on. So another single. So Dominic Choi doing very well here, keeping the Caparo Warriors quiet in this 18th over. Dominic Chow into Alfonso. Alfonso, oh, this one staying very low there. That ball stay very low. And leg by, picked up there by Alfonso. Christopher Leonard on strike. Could he dispatch Dominic Choi here? Dominic Choi has been bowling very well. Good tight line there from Dominic Choi. So Dominic Choi to Leonard. Leonard waits on it. Very good delivery there by Dominic Choi. Again, batters not being able to get hold of those deliveries to put it over the boundary rope. And he comes and bowls exact over Supersonics will want him to bowl. So the score is 138 for 8 after 18 overs. So Kanhai is going to be continuing here from the bamboo end. So Caparo's trusted 12th man running in there to rehydrate Christopher Leonard and Alfonso. So Leonard, Christopher Leonard on strike here. Can. This one cut. This was pitched wide there. Leonard comes through for one. So Kanhai staying very wide of Leonard. Don't want to give him anything within his arc. So Kanhai to Alfonso. This one straight. Picks up the inside edge. Runs to deep mid wicket. Fielder coming off really well off the boundary there to keep it for one run. And that is exactly what I was talking about. Most times the fielder remains back on that boundary rope waiting for the ball to come, and the batters are able to run for 2. This time you can see he's running off quickly off the boundary ropes. Keep it for 1. Can high to Leonard. Leonard goes downtown. Choi with a diving effort there. Unable to hold on. And look, can high. Didn't collect. Alfonso slides in. So they picks up 2. So Leonard.
The score is 142 leading 19.
So score moves to 142. Go ahead. And Leonard just trying to stroke this one and misses out. So can high into Christopher Leonard. And wide again. So Leonard not shuffling to get closer to that ball there. Kanhai is bowling very smart, keeping it wide out of his reach. So if he has to hit down to that deep extra cover boundary fielder there. Whitfield, who is looking around, looking for an opportunity. So Alfonso walks down to calm him down there, as Leonard is looking like he wants to hit all the balls out the park. So he's probably just telling him, just get off the strike. Let's take as much as we could get. Wait on it. So let's see. And again, swing and a miss. And another dot ball there. So Kanhai finishing off his spell. Score is 142 for 8 after 19 overs. So 1 over here to go for the Caparo Warriors innings. And could they take that score to 150? So very strong win here. We have to hold down our cameras and our equipment. So if you're seeing the live is shaking a bit, that is the extent of that wind that is coming across the ground here. Very strong breeze. We probably might have to hold on ourselves too. Hope we don't get blown away here this evening.
And it's in the last over here.
And Dominic Choi, my correction, is going to be bowling the last and final over for. And Choi has been playing Central cricket for a very long time in Trinidad. And he bowls, cuts away is Alfonso. Blake gets down, picks up. It's just 1. So Christopher Leonard, as he loosen up his arms, he wants to go big here. As Dominic is bowling some excellent variations. So Dominic Choi comes in to Leonard, bowls, and Leonard goes big and picks up a boundary here. Still waiting on the confirmation, and it's 4 runs. So Leonard hitting this one straight to cow corner there, wide of that long on boundary fielder. And that looks like James down there, James Suknine. So looking at the replay here, good shot there. James Suknine trying to cover the ground there, but unable to get there. So Christopher Leonard showing his worth here for the Caparo Warriors. It's almost as if Christopher Leonard should have come in a bit earlier. So a contest is on here, folks, as Christopher Leonard is going up against Dominic Choi. So Leonard. And this one driven
Good stop, good stop.
again.
Good stop.
Choi getting a hand hit, but that,
Time muscle hit him.
oh, he got it on his thigh there. Well, definitely he's going to have some blue back marks. I could tell you one thing for sure. Those marks remain for days. But Dominic Choi is a very strong guy, strong lad. So he comes back in. Christopher Leonard. And pulls this one and pulls it well. And picks up 4 runs again. So this time, James Sucknine had no chance there. He took off, but that ball was hit directly into that cow corner region. So looking at the replay, very good shot there by Christopher Leonard. So Dominic Choi to Leonard. He advanced, goes straight down the ground, and Aaron Das had no chance, and that's a maximum for Christopher Leonard. So Christopher Leonard bringing some hope back here in this Caparo Warriors innings. So very good batting here from Christopher Leonard. They managed to reach that 150. So they managed to reach a 157. And as I was saying this earlier, Caparo needs to reach to that 150, 160 mark. So Dominic Chow, Christopher Leonard, and hits this one. Dongs to James. They push him for 1. He misfields. And he gets 4 runs. And he takes the score of the last delivery to 161. What a cameo here from Christopher Leonard. He have shown his batters how to finish an innings here. Christopher Leonard, Secretary of Central Zone. So yes, folks, continue to stay tuned as Caparo Warriors takes the field to either defend, and you have Supersonics. They have 162 to score for victory. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. Yes, folks, so we are back as we are bringing you live coverage here at the Caparo Recreation Ground. This is Central Zone Pro Sport T20 Semifinal number 1. And this is head-to-head encounter is against Caparo Warriors going up against Supersonics. Caparo Warriors posted 161 of their allotted 20 overs. And now we have Aaron Das and Dominic Choi in the wicket. Dominic Choi sporting the maroon helmet and Aaron Das the blue. So Dominic Choi is going to face the first delivery coming from Christopher Vincent as he's going to be opening from the orange field end here. So we are in for a treat here. Semi-final number 1. One of these teams will advance into the finals.
Yeah.
So big game here up for grabs. So the Caparo Warriors teams are in good spirit. They are supporting. So the very first ball to Dominic Choi. Good delivery. Choi playing this one to short cover. And no run. So Vincent to Choi. Good delivery again. And Choi being very watchful here as he knows Christopher Vincent. Doesn't want to lose an early wicket here is Supersonics. Vincent to Choi. Cuts and miss there. So very good delivery again. So Christopher Vincent. Bowls to Dominic. Dominic drives. This one goes straight down the ground. And it looks like Fareed. Not sure. That's 16. Number 16 down there in that long on boundary. So a welcome boundary here for Dominic Choi. 4 runs. He's trying to make out that fielder there. So Darian Gooden misfielding there, giving Dominic Choi a welcome boundary. So Christopher Vincent into Choi. Good delivery. Squeezed out. Backward point. Comes in Fareed Mohammed. No run.
In theory, you could say so, yes. Because the man who picked in the toss says he kept them, but he already said he done it when Sunday. He is.
So Christopher Vincent to Dominic Choi. A good delivery again. Choi looking to squeeze a single here, but it's not on. He has to remember his partner on the next end, Aaron Das. But Aaron Das has proven to run some quick singles here in that quarterfinal encounter between Valley Boys. I have seen him take some very quick singles, but that single was not on. So he turned it down, and that's the end of an excellent over there from Christopher Vincent. Score is 4 without loss. And Sammy is picking up the attack. Ghani. My apologies. So Shulan Ghani is going to be picking up the attack from the bamboo end or commentary end here. So wants to continue making mention to Pro Sports and Ramsing Sports World as they continue to contribute to Central Zone cricket and to the Central Zone. They are the sponsors of this tournament, Central Zone Pro Sport T20. So we want to thank Ramsing Sports World and Pro Sport. So Sholon Ghani into Das. This one short and wide. And he starts off with a wide delivery there. So hearing those spectators there urging on their team. So Sholon Ghani as he runs in to Aaron Das. Delivers this one wide again. So Sholon Ghani having some difficulties here lining them up. He needs to get his radar on. So Supersonics
Leave it.
looking to capitalize on anything loose here. As these guys have the ability to hit this ball a long way. Aaron Das. So Ghani to Das. Das drives. That ball did not come off the middle there.
Wide ball, Shields, wide ball.
So dot ball after two wide deliveries. So Sholon Ghani runs in to Das. Das pulls this one to mid-wicket. And Lovell is nestled nicely in that mid-wicket region and fields that ball very easily. No run again.
Hey. Darian.
So Ghani into Das. And this one wide again. So Ghani continues to struggle here to keep that ball on the line of that off stump. As he's bowling really wide here. So Sholon Ghani, he runs in as he approaches the stumps into Das. Good delivery. Good feeling there.
Back up, Darian, back up.
So young Darian here among some experienced players. He will feel the pressure here because these players are very competitive. Christopher Vincent, Salem Hussein, Lovell Fareed Mohammed. So Ghani to Das. Das drives. Goes over backward point and runs all the way for 4. So what a shot there by Aaron Das. So welcome boundary there. So Sholon Ghani under some pressure here
Ball on, Killer, ball on.
as he already goes for 7. As he runs in to Das. And Das drives. Ball runs down to the long off to Christopher Leonard and picks up just 1. And the weather is changing on the east here. Some really dark clouds forming. So you just have to pay attention. But so far, conditions are really nice where this game is. And this one inside edge there from Choi into the wicketkeeper. And that brings the over to end. Supersonics 12 after 2 without loss. So slight drizzle starting to form here. Really dark clouds forming on the east of us. So yes, folks. So after 5 overs, Supersonics will need to be at 40, 42. If rain comes down here after 5 overs to constitute the match, Supersonics will need to be at 40 to be in front. 42, my apologies. So Christopher Vincent into Das. Das pulls this one mid wicket. It takes off and it gets a single. So Das gets a single. So according to the run rate, Supersonics will need to be 42 in 5 overs if they have to be ahead. So Christopher Vincent into Choi. This one sky up. Banky underneath it. Takes a comfortable catch. And Dominic Choi. Christopher Vincent gets the dangerous Dominic Choi. That ball picking up the top edge there. Goes straight up into the air. Fareed Mohammed backward square. Banky backward square. Takes in a comfortable catch. And Dominic Choi has to go. So game on here, folks, between Caparo Warriors and Supersonics. So Robinson makes his way to the middle. Ricardo Robinson. As we starting to get a slight drizzle coming across the ground as the groundsmen are already converging to the covers. The skies have gotten really dark here. And there's only 2.2 overs. So it's looking like a heavy passing cloud here because the breeze is blowing, and I'm seeing some little blue and white areas behind this dark cloud, so it shouldn't be all that threatening. And we should resume. So far, this game is going to continue here, not looking over too threatening. The cloud is passing. So Vincent to Robinson. Robinson squeeze one backward. Banky there, no run. So play will be continued here as the cloud is passing by. Drizzles are subsiding. So Can High on strike. He's going to be facing up to Christopher Vincent. On sliding down the leg side there. Wide call. And this one going down the leg side there. Can High saying he gets an inside edge there. So that brings another good over
2 after 3.
of a Christopher Vincent to an end. And the score is 14 for 2 after 3 overs. So another good over come to end there from Christopher Vincent. Score is 14 for 2 after 3 overs. And you can see all the cloths and the rags going out there for the bowlers, as the outfield will be very moist with that passing cloud. So once that ball rolls on that grass, it's going to become very wet. So all these bowlers make sure and they put rags. And Sholon Ghani, he's going to continue from the bamboo end here, as he's going to be bowling to Das. So Sholon into Das. And this one, wide call. So Ghani continues to struggle here as he starts off with another wide. He definitely wants to not give away anything here, Sholon Ghani. And Supersonics wouldn't mind this at all, as is 1 to their tally. So Sholon Ghani into Das. Good delivery. This one driven all the way for 6. That was almost like a check drive there from Das. And what finesse. That ball sailed over the bowler head all the way for 6. Score moves to 21 for the loss of 2. So Sholon Ghani is under the pump here by Das. He definitely will want to work out his strategy in terms of bowling to Das here. We are still in the power play here. Only 2 fielders allowed outside the 30-yard circle. So he has to bowl into Das. Das drives. And this drives well. So Das picks up 4. So what a shot there. Das is no slouch with the bat. Here on Das. So very good shot there through cover. 4 runs. So Sholon, he needs to adjust his lengths here, because from the minute you miss your lengths, you're going to disappear. Score is now 25 for the loss of 2. 3.2 overs.
25 is
So Shulon Ghani is under the pump here.
Take a right.
So Shulon Ghani. Christopher Leonard giving him some strong words there. Hope that strong words work for him. So Shulon Ghani, as he bowls into Das here. Das is ready. Drives. And this one
No runs.
runs to short cover. No run. So good comeback delivery there after being hit for 2 consecutive boundaries. So Shulon Ghani, he has to do some work here for the Caparo Warriors. Ghani. And this one. Oh, good hand there from Lovell. Lovell diving to the left there, getting a hand on that. That could have easily run away for 4. So good feeling here from the Caparo Warriors. So Love Ghani into Kanhai. Picks up an inside edge there. 2 songs, very loud. Caparo Warriors excited. They are really excited, anticipating for that wicket there. Everyone went up, but a big inside edge onto the pad.
Last ball in over.
So we've seen the Caparo supporters coming out as their team is vying for a spot here in the finals. Ghani into Kanhai. Kanhai drives. Diving effort there. That looks like Banky and third man. So good diving effort to stop that ball. Just a single. So 27 for the loss of 2 after 4 overs. So Christopher Vincent continues on the orange field end here as he bowls a can high. This ball punch back to backward square here. Aaron feeling in that position. And good feeling, no runs. So Christopher Vincent into can high. And this looks good. And he's given Christopher Vincent. Christopher Vincent stepping up here for the Caparo Warriors. He's a very deadly bowler. Very, very deadly bowler is Christopher Vincent. And let's look at the replay. Let's take a look at this one. As he comes into Kanhai. Oh, that looks really good. That looks like it will crash into middle. So that was a good shout there by Caparo Warriors. Vincent was convinced. You could see, very convincing. So Kanhai has to go. He outs for 1 of 6 deliveries, and the incoming batter.
Brandon Mongrove.
So Brandon Mongrove makes his way to the middle. So someone needs to stay with Das here. Das is still there. Open the baton with Chow. And Christopher Vincent. One of the bowlers who constantly runs away with most wickets in Central Zone cricket. He is one of the best left-handed bowlers in Central Zone. And probably is a contester in terms of in the country. He's also known all over this country playing cricket. Dangles. So Christopher Vincent. Oh, and this almost was another here. Very close to that off stump. So Mongrel, Vincent to Mongrel. This one sliding, going down the leg side. So wide call. Score moves to 28. So Christopher. Christopher Vincent. And good delivery coming into Mongrel there. So Mongrel played this one to short cover for no run. And he pulls him. Christopher Vincent on the charge here for Caparo Warriors. He has bowled Mongrel. The middle stump flat on the ground. So it's happening here, folks. Picks up 4 wickets already. Wow. So what a game here. Caparo Warriors versus Supersonics. Semifinal number 1. And Das, he's left alone on the opposite end. Just watching his team succumb to this deadly bowling attack of Christopher Vincent. So Nicholas Gopal, as he makes his way to the middle here, he has to survive. So Gopal is facing up to Christopher Vincent here. This is semi-final number 1. So just to reiterate, Supersonics winning the toss, putting Caparo Warriors to bat. Caparo Warriors posted 161 in their allotted 20 overs, 161 for 8. And now Caparo Warriors have pared back Supersonics 28 for the loss of 4. So Christopher Vincent to Gopal. Ooh, and this one slide down the leg side here. So he's looking. So I could understand what he's trying to do here. He's trying to spin this ball off middle and leg back into middle stump. But that ball sliding going down the leg side. So very dangerous bowler here is Christopher Vincent as he comes into Gopal. And plays this one really nice here is Gopal. And that brings his over to an end. 29 for the loss of 4. So very, very good times here for Caparo Warriors. They will really be happy with the position that they are in now, as 5 overs have bowled And another dark cloud has converged on the east here. And that rain is coming. And so far, we have a constituted game as 5 overs have already been bowled. At this stage, Supersonics needed to be 42 to be in front. And now this rain is coming down. This is not good for Supersonics, but this is a really heavy passing cloud here. Play should resume. Enough time for play to resume here. So that shouldn't be too bothered with this. Come out and sort of re-strategize with the rest of his teammates. But this is already passing. We don't want the pitch to get too wet to make it unsafe. So that rain is going to stop. So the easing up there now. So stay tuned, folks. We will continue bringing you the live coverage as soon as play resumes. Lovell. Who bowling here? Lovell?
Yeah, Lovell. Eh?
Charad.
So Lovell.
Hey, tell Zach, go on, like it.
Lovell wearing Charad 27.
Score as we can say.
Eh,
Last game they could have made a mistake when they make it.
so Lovell on the ball. He's going to be bowling from the bamboo end here. He's going to be bowling to Das. So yes, folks, we are back. And Lovell into Das and pitch up this one. Das just playing this one down to long on, picks up an easy single.
So Zach cannot by in.
You put it like that, you mean?
Can I use size hat?
So So just to give you a little heads up on the playoffs between Seatal and Point Fortin. Seatal posted 226 and they has Point Fortin 36 for 4. So well done to Seatal Felicity youngsters as they are progressing with a comfortable win to move into Premiership 2. So congratulations to Seatal and we wish them all the best. So we are back here with Lovell on the ball here as he approach Das. Up in the air, Leonard did not up to put in that dive there. So he just wanted to make sure and stop that ball. So he pulls out very early there is Leonard and sliding to stop that ball, but good stop nevertheless. So Das runs through for a single. And Lovell into this one, plays down to fine leg, picks up a leg by, signal there by the umpire. So Gopal brings Aaron Das on strike. So Lovell on the ball there. To Das and pulls him. Lovell with an excellent Yorker gets rid of Aaron Das. And yes, folks, it's happening here in Caparo Recreation Ground. Semi-final number 1. Caparo Warriors is putting the brakes here on Supersonics as they have now slide 33 for the loss of 4. For the loss of 5. So 5 wickets down. Now for Supersonics. So James Suknarain, he makes his way to the middle. And he now joins Gopal. So it's all happening here, folks. Right here at the Caparo Recreation Ground. Semi-final number 1. Caparo versus Supersonics. Of course, sponsored by Ramsing Sports World, Pro Sports, Central Zone, Pro Sport T20, semi-final number 1. So the lights, artificial lights are coming on as we approaches the hour to 6. And 5 wickets down here for Supersonics. So Lovell to Suknarain. Works this one, backward point. Throws, comes in. Misses the stump. Good backing up there by Leonard. Leonard making an awkward tumble there. Almost up for a roll, but his body was not in position to make that roll there. But good backing up by Christopher Leonard. And that brings an excellent over to end here from Lovell. Picking up that wicket of Aaron Das. So that's the end of the power play. And half the side is down here. So Caparo Warriors, they will be extremely happy. So Christopher Vincent, 3 overs, 4 wickets, just 8 runs. So could he get his fifer here? This as he's in his last and final over for his spell. Christopher Vincent into Gopal. And a good ball here. Worked on the onside. Picks up a single. James looking for the second. Vincent retrieve his own ball. So just a single there for Gopal. And brings the new batter on strike here, which is Gopal. So Christopher Vincent already on 4 wickets. Just 9 runs off of his. So Christopher Vincent into James. Oh, and James keeps this one out. And that is the correct way to play Christopher Vincent. You need to be getting to the pitch of that ball. So far, most of those batters were on the back foot. And that's it right there. So James Suknarain has made up his mind. He's not going to give Christopher Vincent his fifer here today. And I don't give him wrong. His team needs him. So James Suknarain. Vincent to Suknarain. And play forward. Very stretching, very long there is James Suknarain. So Christopher Vincent to James and keeps this one out. And that is it there. So James Suknarain is doing what the other batters should have been doing against Christopher Vincent here, trying to preserve their wicket, because after his 4 overs there are other bowlers to come, and he being one of the best bowlers in this format, they would have liked to see him out. So James Suknarain is now trying to ensure that he does not give his wicket away to Christopher Vincent here. So Christopher Vincent into James Suknarain. This one turning. He works this one backward square to fine leg. And it comes for the second. A wayward throw there. So Banky, the fielder on that occasion, but just 2. And that's the end of the over. An excellent spell there from Christopher Vincent. 4 overs, 11 runs, 4 wickets. So would Lovell be the one coming back on the bamboo end? It looks like Salim. Salim is going to be taking up the attack from the bamboo end here now. Salim Hussein. And he's going to be bowling his off spin, but he's very deceptive. Salim Hussein has the height to be a really good fast bowler, but Salim Hussein reminds me of West Indian Solomon Ben having that height there.
Yeah, now touch our first view.
But Solomon Ben being a left-hand orthodox bowler and Salim Hussein right-handed. So Salim Hussein to Gopal. Gopal pulling this one through mid-wicket. And they pick up one. So there, guys, you see in the frame, Central Zone Chairman Vyash Nanlal and Interzone Chairman Mr. Keith Joseph having a conversation, enjoying this semi-final encounter. And we have Salim Hussein going to bowl to James Suknarain now. So the skies have gotten really clear. Very, very clear skies now. So no more interruptions. Salim. And this one hit the pad. Appeal. Not out. Ball sliding down leg side. So Caparo Warriors in the hunt here. Looking to pick up another. James Suknarain pulls this one. Backward. Fielder running around. Feels it. Sends it back in. So James picking up just one. Brings Gopal on strike. So Salim is drying that ball there as it runs across the wet outfield. And he slides down the leg side. And wide call. So Salim into Gopal. And this one hit in the air. Fielder running in. Drops short. Just in front of Fareed there. Fareed Mohammed feeling in that deep cover boundary. Sweeping. And couldn't get to that ball as it fall way in front of him. So just another single there for Gopal. Brings James Suknarain on strike. So Salim to Suknarain. And this one sliding down the leg side again. So the score moves to 41. And this one is a good delivery there from Salim. Suknarain playing it down to the wicket as he tossed it back to Salim. So well played on the end there by James Suknarain. Being very watchful at this stage here. And he plays a big shot. But this one also drops short in front of Gooden. And Gooden, good throw. Knocking off the bails there. And no run taken there. So 41 for 5 after 8 overs. So Joshua Banky
41 for 5 after 8.
is picking up the attack here from the orange field end. Score is 41 for 5 after 8 overs. That run rate has climbed for the Supersonics. 10 runs per over. So Joshua Banky. And a swing and a miss there by Gopal.
41 for 5. 79 over.
Probably aggregates. Yeah. So Joshua Banky, as he comes in to go Paul, drops this one,
Wide.
bowls wide. Joshua Banky. And this one slides. Wide signal again. So this one floated, plays to the mid wicket. They pick up one. They're looking for a second, but they're not taking that chance by Christopher Vincent there. As most of these players know, he's no slouch in fielding as well. Has a very good arm. Probably the best arm on the field. So Supersonics will be very careful. So Banky bowling to James Suknarayan now. So Banky to James Suknarayan. And this one short, pulled up in the air, fielder converging underneath. And he drops it. Alfonso drops it, an easy catch into his chest. And he puts it down. So James Suknarayan getting a life here.
Jim, hit the ball now, boy. Shot.
Alfonso puts down an easy sitter here. James Suknarayan would have been walking back to the pavilions. So Banky to Gopal. This one is played to the onside. Shulan putting it in the boot. Stops it just for one. So James Suknarayan comes back on strike there. So working this one on the onside. Keeper has some work to do. They run one. They're going back for two. So easy 2 runs there for James Suknarayan. So the keeper had some work to do there. Dukri. So Banky. And pulls this one backward. Lovell with a good stop there. And no run. So another good over here from the Caparo Warriors.
Yeah.
Score moves to 48. So the current run rate is 5.33. Required run rate is 10.36. So 114 runs needed. So Salim Hussein is going to continue from the bamboo end here, the commentary end, and we are approaching the halfway stage of this game, of this innings, and Caparo Warriors in the driving seat here. Oh, and almost knocking over Gopal there. Salim, very deceptive with that height. And most times I see he gets the better of batters. And this one played on the onside here nicely by Gopal. Gopal looking for just one as that ball runs to that deep mid-wicket boundary fielder. He brings James Suknarayan on strike. So Supersonics need something special here from these two. These two need to bat the next 10 overs. And James come down the ground. Vincent here doing the cleanup. And 1 run.
350 way.
So Supersonics now reaching 50 runs. So they are 50 for 5. And a good hit here by Gopal. What a shot there. 6 runs signaled by umpire Andel. So what a shot there by Gopal. They needed that. It's been a while. And Supersonics, they definitely need something special here from these two if they need to come back in this game. So replay. Good pickup shot there by Gopal. Full extension of the arms. And that one disappeared. So umpires asking for a ball here.
You gotta use ball, girl.
So Salim, as he bowls to Gopal. Gopal swings, misses out. So Salim taking him wider this time here. By Gopal sweeping Salim for 4 runs. Score is 62 for the loss of 5 after 10 overs. 61. So 61 for the loss of 5 after 10 overs. And we're going to have a water break here. So we're going to be right back. If they could get 12 in this over, they would be really happy. So definitely they need to try and create something here. Is Supersonics. Lovell into Whitfield. Whitfield goes big. Leonard making a big effort there. But that one runs all the way for 4 runs. So Litchfield picks up 4. So 5 from the over so far. 5 from the over, right? So Banky continues from the bamboo end here. And a good hit here, but not good enough. So bounce 1, so 1 and a no ball. So Kishan Sukdeo, no. He's the second player I'm seeing facing his first delivery, and it's on a free hit in this competition. Second time it has happened in this competition where a batter has come in and faced his very first delivery, and his first delivery is a free hit. But Kishan Sukdeo will be very cold. The weather is cool. I don't know how much he has warmed up, but he has an opportunity here to go for a hit. And picks up an inside edge, runs all the way down to the boundary. So they picked up 4. So Banky,
93.
and the score is 93 for the loss of 7. So they get 4 for the over thus far. Could they get 12, 13? The run rate is 10.43. So if they could get 12 or 13 here, they will be on point and they will continue to drop the rest of overs. And Kishan just looking at this one allows it to go by. Dukri allows it to go by him as well, and they run through off a single. So brings back James Suknarayan. James Suknarayan comes back on strike. So James need to keep this run rate in mind here. So Banky, he bowls into James. James push out this one. They run for 1. So that's 7 from the over so far. So if they could pick up at least 5 runs here, they will be on target. So Supersonics need to be calculative at this stage here. They have already lost 7 wickets. Everything up for grabs here. Final. This is a spot for the final. And this one goes down the leg side. Wide signal. So 8 off the over so far. Score moves to 96 for the loss of 7. Banky. So Banky have to do a lot of drying ball here. Conditions are very moist. Banky to Sukhdeo. Sukhdeo cut and miss. So dot ball there. So Banky will be pleased with that one. So he's defending 10. And they already have 7 in the over. So Banky to Sukhdeo. Sukhdeo drives, goes through cover. They push for 1 and they push for 2. So they have gotten 9 so far. So 9 runs. Supersonic, they are chasing a target of 10.47. And they are 9. So probably 3 runs in this over again will have them on par. So they need to keep putting in the work here. Supersonics being very calculative. So Banky to Sukhdeo. This one pulled away. And this is welcome for Supersonics. So 4 run signal there. So they move to 13. They have gotten 13 of that over. So 102 for 7 after 14 overs. So just as I said, folks, 60 of 36. So 60. So 10 runs are over. So the over rate have come down a bit. So now 10 runs are over. Could Supersonics pick up 12 to 13 or 14 runs in this over? So Salim. This one hit a short cover. No run. So dot ball. So Salim starts well for Caparo Warriors. And this one hit down to long on. They run through for one. So one off the over so far. 2 deliveries gone. They need to try and reach at least 13, 14 runs for the over. If they could get 15 and more, that will be very healthy for them. The Supersonics. Caparo Warriors. They are in a strong position from this point. 59 required of 34 deliveries. Run rate goes back up to 10.41. And this one hit down the ground there to long off. And another single. So 2 runs only of the over. So excellent over here for Caparo Warriors, bowling by Salim Hussein. And this will encourage the run rate to climb again. So every ball being bowled here is very precious here. So this one again, scamper through for a single. So just 3 runs of the over thus far. So he is proving to bowl a very economical over here for Caparo Warriors. So Salim is doing the job for his team. Supersonics, they need to do more. They need to try and target that run rate per over. They need to try to get at least 12, 13 runs off of this over. Sukdeo pulls this one, goes down to long on, and another single. So Salim is doing excellent here for Caparo Warriors. These batters, they are struggling to find the gaps there. And they are only picking up singles so far. They need to get 2s. And this one, a good delivery here. And applies the pressure here. Salim builds pressure with his over. Run rate climbs to 11.2. 106 for the loss of 7. So yes, folks, this is semi-final number 1. Caparo Warriors versus Supersonics. Supersonics winning the toss. Up to field first. Caparo Warriors losing Dangerous Salim and Christopher Vincent very early. But they managed to build a partnership throughout the middle overs. And they posted 161 after a beautiful cameo by Christopher Leonard. And now they have an opportunity to seal the deal here. So Banky comes back to bowl from the bamboo end, known as the commentary end here. And he's going to be bowling to Kishan Sukdeo. This one cut away. And this one, good fielding. Good fielding there. Picks up 1 bounce and just a single again. So these batters are struggling to get to the boundaries. So just single, 59 of 29 deliveries. So Banky as he bowls to James Suknarayan. Could Suknarayan get a maximum here? Tries to pull this one around the corner. Wide delivery call. They need to get at least 15. They need to look at 15 runs for the over, Supersonics. As the run rate has climbed to 11. So James Suknarayan pulls this one around the corner. Fielder conversion. They run 1. They look for 2. Good throw comes in. Bounces. And 2 persons backed up there. So 2 runs for James. James now moves. Now 10? So James moves to 18. Score 110 for 7. So James Suknain is needed by his team here. He needs to get at least 15 per over. Pulls this one backward again. They push for 1. And they leave it as 1 this time. As Ali sends in this one. Score moves to 111. Run rate 11.33. So Supersonics need a big over here. Who could it be? Could it be Kishan Sukdeo to give them a big over here? And this one, paddle it around the corner, fine leg. Fielders doing some work, get around. Throw comes in and picks up 2. So picks up 2 here. So Kishan Sukdeo. So score is 113 for 7. So Banky. Banky bowling to Kishan Sukdeo here again. So Supersonics, they need to get closer to this run rate. And driven through cover. Extra cover boundary there. Pushes for 2, and that's good running. And that's the running I was speaking about earlier on. Supersonics need to convert these 1 into 2s. And once they continue, they will be on par with the run rate. So far, they are under the run rate. The run rate has now climbed to 11.28. So Banky is doing excellent here. He's defending the runs for his team. They need to keep on track with that run rate. Is Supersonic and bowling Banky. He dismisses Kishan Sukdeo. So Banky doing the job here for Caparo Warriors. The skipper. And they are driving. They are starting to drive the nails here. Caparo Warriors. 115 for 8. 47 off 24 deliveries. Run rate is 11.75. Could somebody believe? Could somebody believe from the Supersonics team to bring this game to a super over? Could they do it? It's a very steep mountain to climb, but they need to get 11.75 or over. So they have to target at least 15 runs per over to get back into this contest. And as Blake makes his way to the middle,
Simon Blake.
so Simon Blake, he's joining James Suknain. James Suknain has been there a while. Could he do the job for Supersonics? They need a big one here. They definitely need a big over here to pull back that run rate into reach. Just need some smart batting here. And Salim is going to continue as he had an excellent over.
Simon Blake.
So Salim Hussein, he bowls. James go big. And he gets it. He gets a big one. So James hitting a 6 here. Starts off with a 6 of the first ball of the over. So that's a very good start. They need a big one here, Supersonics. This is semi-final. Number 1. Supersonics up against Caparo Warriors, the home team here. But both teams have good support. James pulling this one backward and has protection. And they go for two. And they get to appeal. They're appealing for obstruction here.
Can never be obstruction. That's a never. You better hit the ball.
So-
You better hit the man.
So they are asking the umpires if the batter. Let's look at a replay here and see if we could see. So they give him out. They give him obstruction. So let's look back at this. Let's look at the replay. We need to see this replay here. So yeah, you gotta do the replay on the live, go back on the live and go back. So unfortunately we couldn't get the replay there.
But they make one run, right? Yeah, one, yeah. So it's 122. Yeah.
So the score is 122 now for the loss of 9. So Simon Blake was dismissed for obstruction. The fielder threw to the stump. The fielders appealed to the umpires saying that he ran in the direction to block the ball, and the umpire gives him obstruction out.
The official here, the man from the skateboard.
So this one driven down to mid-wicket there by James, and he misfield and 4 runs. So they have gotten 10 runs of the over so far. And this one up in the air, opportunity for a catch, jump short. And they did not run, so dot ball. So 10 runs off the over so far. What do you for? That is James. James Soknaran hit the 4. Where is his name?
Ansel Rambo.
So Ansel Ramrup is the new batter. So James on strike, James Suknarain, Salim to James. And a good delivery outside the off stump. James trying very hard here. So 2 more deliveries to go. They already have 10 off the over. Could they get another? And this one picked up. Fielder come underneath and takes the catch. And that's the game here. So Caparo Warriors, they have booked themselves into the final 2026 here, as James got caught on that deep mid-wicket boundary. So congratulations to Caparo Warriors bowling out Supersonics for 126 for the loss of 10 wickets in 17 overs. How's the last bowler? So yes, folks. So Caparo Warriors just advanced themselves into the finals here. So now we will await on Seattle Felicity Youngsters and Balmain United to see who the finalists will be. The finals is now, we know Caparo Warriors. They have booked themselves a spot into the finals. And with some good outfield cricket, they have done very well here. They have stunned Supersonics with an outstanding 4-4 from Christopher Vincent, picking up four wickets in his 4 overs. And that would have started the slide here for Supersonics. Supersonics put back some fight, but coming down at the end there, they weren't able to cross the line. So we want to say congratulations to Caparo Warriors, and we wish them well as they advance into the finals. So that's it for me again, folks, and hope to see you next time in the next semi-final encounter. So stay blessed, stay safe until next time. Goodbye.